And me and Rick actually met at church. We met at Bayside Church out in and
just talk to me real quick, make sure you're...
Rick's passion and his presence. Okay, so he stood up and was just kind of giving I think he was just giving a testimonial one day, and I was like, man,
Yeah.
I don't know
Can you
what
hear
it
me?
is.
Can you hear me?
I've never met that guy, but I like that guy, right? So Rick right now, he practices in the area of personal finance. So he's a personal advisor for a principal financial group. And me and him work together a little bit, and I'm excited about the message he's going to share today, and I'll let him tell more about himself. But everybody, please, please, please put your hands together and welcome my really good friend, Rick Love.
All right, for a moment, I want you to keep clapping because I want you guys to give yourselves a round of applause, and I'll tell you why in a second. All right? All right. I'm giving you a round of applause for a reason, and we'll get to that in a moment. First, I want to tell you how really, truly happy I am to be here in front of you right now. And I'll tell you why. Because I like getting real with people. And I like it when people get real with me, right? I don't have any notes. I don't have any PowerPoint. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with not having it. For me, I just got to speak from my heart, right? And just as Marcus did. Fantastic presentation, Marcus. Dr. Lee. It's my nickname for him, right? Yeah, but I like to see people's lives changed. Whether I'm a part of that or not, I like to see that as the result. I believe that every single person has a God-given purpose. A God-given purpose. I believe that part of my God-given purpose is to help other people realize their God-given purpose, right? So we're going to start with a story. Antarctica. Antarctica. Anybody been there? Anybody been there? I haven't been there. You probably thought, oh, he's going to say he's been there. I haven't been there. No, not that cool. But Antarctica, it's just about one of the few remaining barren and virtually untouched lands on this earth. Science and universities claim that there's something very special about Antarctica. It's a very cold place, that's for sure, right? Some might consider that special, some might consider that unfortunate. But Antarctica is known to have the potential of some vast diamond deposits. How do they know this? Have they ever extracted diamonds from Antarctica before? No. Do they have X-ray machines that can look inside and see diamonds? Nope. In fact, you know how diamonds are formed? Some of you might think you've heard about how diamonds are formed. Anybody have any ideas? How are diamonds formed? Pressure. How else are diamonds formed? Heat. Both, yeah. Hot, very, very extreme hot temperatures, extreme pressure. Where are diamonds formed? Volcanoes, the core, underground, someone said. Anybody else? You're all correct. In fact, diamonds are formed under intense heat, under intense pressure, and around or beyond 100 miles below the crust of the earth, below the surface of the earth, in what's called the upper mantle, right? So, if diamonds are formed over 100 miles below the mantle of the earth, or below the crust of the earth and the mantle, how do we know that they exist? Because we found them, right? How do we find the diamonds? Where do we find them? If that's where they form, how do we find them up here? Any ideas? Digging. Volcanoes. Volcanoes is the correct answer. Absolutely. There's a word that is associated with this. It's called kimberlite. Anybody heard of kimberlite? Kimberlite. Kimberlite is a rock. Kimberlite is a rock that is also found deep, deep below the surface of the earth, right? How does kimberlite move up to the surface? Through volcanoes. There's hot lava. There's pressure, right? You don't want to go down there, right? They don't want to either. That's why they come up, right? But there are gases, there's pressure, there's heat, and it pushes the kimberlite up, and it creates pipes through the earth. That's how powerful this stuff is, right? And when that happens, guess what it brings with it? Diamonds. diamonds. Now, Antarctica is untapped for diamonds. Those diamonds are undiscovered. But they think they know that there are diamonds there because they found kimberlite. And diamonds are found in kimberlite, among a bunch of other things as well. Now, why haven't they mined it? Because back in 1991, I guess nobody mined it before 1991 because it was too cold, right? But in 1991, there was an international law that was passed. It's called the Madrid Protocol. The Madrid Protocol, and it was signed in Madrid, Spain. That's why they call it the Madrid Protocol. It's an international law that says, hey, no mining in Antarctica of any kind, oil production, diamonds, anything else that you might find there, right? That's good for until 2048. 2048 comes around, and they might actually extend it further. So we might not ever really, truly find if there are diamonds out there. But that's not the point. The point is, what do diamonds have anything to do with you? Cool story, Rick, but let's get to the point, right? Well, I'm glad you want to know. So I'll tell you, we'll get there. So check this out. What do they have to do with you? Well, let me ask you a question. You guys like stories? I like stories. You like stories. You like stories? You like stories? You like stories? All right. You like stories? Everybody? Yeah? Okay. Good. Who has a story? You're like, oh no, he's going to make me tell a story if I say yes, right? Who has a story? You have a story? Everyone. You guys are on it. You're on it. You woke up today. This is good. Everybody's got a story, right? Because who you were 10 years ago is not who you are today. Is that correct? And who you were 20 years ago or 30 years ago. I would say 40 years ago, but I wasn't even around 40 years ago. So I'm definitely different than I was 40 years ago, right? A glimmer in my parents' eyes, right? We won't go there. So everyone has a story. And that story that we have makes us who we are today. We've established that. Within that story, we go through a lot. We have celebrations. We have victories. We have discouragement, as Dr. Lee said. We have troubling times. We have turmoil. Through those moments in our lives, we realize more about ourselves, about life, and about others. Now, I don't know about you, but I see right now a whole lot of kimberlite in this room. I see every single person here, and I think, wow, you got some gems in you. You got some gems in you. You got some gems in you. Everybody's got gems in you. You got diamonds. Diamonds. You matter. You have value. Value. How often do you think about the value that you have? Now, I'm a God-fearing man. My faith is extremely important to me, and I don't expect that everyone in here shares that with me. But I do ask you to understand that I believe that God has placed a purpose on my life. And I believe that God has placed a purpose on every single one of your lives. You may not know it. And if you don't, that's okay. Because He wants you to realize that. There are 3 words that describe my purpose in life. To encourage people to realize that tomorrow is a better day. To inspire people to realize that they have a great purpose on their life. And then to empower them to achieve that purpose. And here's the thing. This whole seminar is about impact, purpose, and destiny. Dr. Lee spoke very, very well about all of these things. But if you don't believe that you have value, then how are you going to get there? You got to know that you have value first. Then, just like that lava, the pressures from inside, there's this fiery pressure. There's a fiery pressure in you. You just gotta stir it up a little bit. Stir it up. Because with that fiery passion, what will erupt are the gems. You think you've been through a lot? Many of you probably have. I know several people that I feel have been through so much more than I have. My parents divorced when I was 17. That was tough on me. You know, I wonder, I'm like, is it harder when parents divorce? Is it harder for the kids when they're younger, when they're older? And I presume it's hard either way. There's really no comparison. But for me at 17, you know, there was so much that I was used to, and then for it to be torn apart, you know, and then from that, all these other things fell apart. That's part of my story. It's not my whole story, but it's a part of my story. And through those challenges, among others, I had some insecurities. I had some things that made me feel that I didn't have any value, that made me feel that, oh, I got to do more, I got to do more. Now I got great parents. My parents have always, all my family, I was raised with a fantastic family. They've always been supportive of me, and so on. So I'm not speaking ill of that. It's just circumstances, right? And I'll bet you, as a part of each and every one of your stories, you probably share some things, right? Now, let's go back to the Kimberlite. Let's go back to the diamonds inside, right? Where do I want to take you from here? I got something for you guys to do. I want you to do something with me. Are you willing? You willing? Yeah? All right, check this out. So, this side of the room, I want you to stand up if you will.
Is one leg okay?
Yeah, I guess. We'll make an exception for you. All right. All right, you only have to go one chair over for this. Just keep that in mind, all right? I want you guys to come over to the other side of the room for a moment and just do that first, and then I'll give you the next set of instructions. Everybody just come over here. Stand behind a chair that has a person in it. Don't get all weirded out. I'm not going to go there. It's okay. Just stand behind a chair that has a person in it. Don't touch them. We don't want to make this weird. We don't do weird here, right? Okay, great. Now, everybody's behind a chair with a person in it. And if you don't have somebody stand behind you, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Now look behind their chair. Do you see anything? Anything maybe on the right side? You see anything? What do you see? What do you see? Money, huh? What is it?
I dropped that.
It's a quarter. Oh, you dropped. Hey, you're getting your turn. You're getting your turn. It's a quarter? Okay, those are actually not quarters. Those are diamonds. I actually had diamonds ordered, but they didn't get here in time, so I had to put quarters on there, right? So they're diamonds. They're diamonds, right? Now, I want you to, you're right on, man. I want you to give that to the person who's sitting in that chair. Wait. All right, I only put him in the front row yet because I didn't know how many people are going to be. All right, so check this out. Hang on. I got some more here. Wait. Hold on.
I get them too.
Yeah, we got it. Here. And if there's, we need more, then we got more. All right. All right. Give it to everybody that's standing up behind the chair. And then once that's handed to you, give it to the person sitting in the chair. All right? Perfect. Now, I want everyone who's standing up to go back to your seat, please. Go back to your seat. Bells and all. You got the bells and whistles with that, huh?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Okay, now once they're seated, as they're sitting down, everyone else, stand up. And I want you to do the same thing. Stand behind someone who's currently sitting in a chair. And I think there's more of you standing than there are sitting now. How about back row? Stand behind the people over here. Front row, just stand behind a chair. Stand behind a chair. Stand behind a chair that's that's at a table, because I don't have any of these near the wall. Okay, there you go. You're fine. Just stand right here. That's great. Okay. Now I want you to do the same thing. I want you to pick that quarter up, pick up that diamond off the chair. If there's someone sitting in that chair, hand them the quarter. If there's no one, perfect. That's right. If there's no one sitting in the chair and you already have a quarter, well, you can just set it down or keep the next one. You can keep it too. It's no big deal. As long as everybody has a quarter, a diamond, at the end of this. Everybody have a diamond? Everybody? Okay, go ahead and go back to your seats. Thank you. Now, there's a purpose to why we did this, right? And feel free, take an extra quarter if you want. That's fine. There's a purpose to this. What's the purpose? The purpose is this. Because what did we already establish? We already established that you have value. Everybody with me on that? Yes. All right. Here's the point. The value that's within you, who's usually the person that doesn't see it? You. This demonstration shows you, this is to help you realize that even though you may not see value in yourself, others see value in you. You with me? Yeah. Others see value in you. Do you know how monumentally important that is to understand? It's everything. How many people have you come across in your life? Even if it's just one or maybe 50, who knows? How many people have you come across and they're broken and they're battered and they're discouraged and maybe they don't even want life to go on anymore. Why? Because they can't feel their heart beating. Because they don't see the value in them. How unfortunate is that? Now, if that's you today, then I encourage you to realize that your thoughts are flawed if you think that you have no value. Because we just saw here that even if you don't see value in yourself, other people do. And again, going back to my faith, I believe that if you feel that no one else in your life finds you valuable, I know that one person does. Actually, two people, because I do, right? Now, I want you everybody bust out your phones. Everybody take out your phones. Usually you go to an event and they're like, please silence your phones and put them away. In this, I want you to take them out. Open up your text messages. Uh-oh, you're going to start not listening to me because you're going to be like, oh, my phone's been blowing up, right? All right, open up your text message. Create a new message. Everybody there? Okay.
To yourself?
You are good. Type in your phone number. Type in your phone number, right? You guys get A's. I'll get you some extra diamonds on the way out. Type in your phone number in the to box. And then in the body of the message, I am, and type in your name. Below that, I have enormous value. And then go to the next line. When you're at the next line, type a little more. I have huge potential. And go one more line. And the next line, I have tremendous impact. I'll bet you have no idea how much impact you have on other people's lives just by being you. Just by being you. Just the way God made you. That's all. That's all you got to do. Now, in the next line, skip 2 lines. Below that, I want you to type the name of someone. One person, just one person. There's probably many more. One person who sees value in you. Who is that person? Is it mom? Is it dad? Is it grandma, grandpa? Is it your son or daughter? Is it a teacher? A coworker? Name of one person who sees value in you. And then below that, the name of one person in whom you see value. Right? Because this isn't just about understanding that we have value. It's about how do we help other people understand that they have value. You ever hear that you should always have a mentor, and likewise, simultaneously, you should have someone that you're mentoring? Same difference, right? Now, I want you to do one more thing. There's a button. It's called send. Go ahead and type, just hit that once, all right? And I'm very proud of you guys. It sounds like everybody's got their phones on silent. That's impressive. That is impressive. Yes. So, what have we learned right now? We've learned that this life is beautiful. And there is so much opportunity every second of the day. But we can get so wrapped up and so tied up in the busyness, the calamities. We can turn on the news and see, some evil, pure evil out there in the world happening. Or we can make a difference. We can be that which counters that evil, right? How do you do that? Final thoughts. How do you do that? By encouraging people, right? It's not that hard, guys. It's really not that hard. I could be walking down the street. Somebody's walking next to me. I just keep looking ahead. Maybe I glance at them and I keep on walking. And they do the same thing. Or, I mean, sometimes you got to be careful. You know, I mean, in certain neighborhoods, you know, you got people that have bad intentions. You have to be wise and discerning. But I'm talking about every day. You're walking by. You're at the mall. Here's another scenario. You walk by. Hi, how you doing? Who's done that? Who's done that? And then you see the reaction of that person is, oh, hi, I'm great. How are you? You care a little. You have no idea how far that'll go. How many stories have you heard? My grandpa had a story about this kid back in high school. He grew up in Dunsmuir near Mount Shasta. This kid in high school that was bullied. And he was very shy, very just kept to himself. Walking home one day, he got beat up, books taken, books thrown, and all this other stuff. My grandpa, next day or the next time he saw this, he was waiting, and he took care of these guys. Not took care, like, you know, nothing like that, but he defended this kid. He defended this kid, and he said, yeah, He defended this kid, and this kid, later on down the road, toward the end of the school year, or maybe it was the graduation, wrote a letter to my grandfather and said, I'll never forget that day that you stood up for me and told me how much I'm worth. It was that very day that I was planning on committing suicide. True story. You never know. So that's what I want to encourage you today. This whole thing is about purpose, impact, purpose, destiny, whatever order you want to put it. But you got to know that you have value. You got to know that somebody loves you. And from there, you've got the foundation for everything else. You can change the world. You, anybody in this room, can become president of the United States, of an association, whatever. Follow your heart. Follow your dreams. And make sure that other people are doing the same thing. All right. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.